The start button, man. Check, 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 check. Y'all can hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I just started the live. How's everybody doing, man? I ain't even asked that question yet. How's everybody doing this evening?
Great.
So
Doing lovely. You know what I'm saying? Doing lovely.
Yeah.
I'm just
Everything's
happy to
How
everything.
you
be
doing, Ham? Look, I ain't seen your ass in about 1,000 years. Where the fuck you
It's,
been at?
it's been a minute, bro. I'm in
It's been
DC.
about 50 years.
Yeah,
What?
word. Cause I ain't. When the last time you been back to Viking Fest or Homecoming or something? Ever?
I went once
Yeah.
since 2009.
Oh, okay. It's been a
Yeah.
grip then.
Yeah.
I ain't been in about 4 or 5 years though.
Yeah. I'm trying to go this year. I wanted to go the year of COVID, but
Yeah,
you know what
nothing.
happened.
Yeah,
Right.
word. Word, word,
I
word,
haven't
word.
seen anybody though.
Yeah, you ain't missing nothing. Niggas just
Mm.
getting fatter.
Look, I seen niggas is getting fat. Like
Niggas getting money, man.
fat.
That's what happened. You know?
Look, get money, get the fucking gym. Work your ass out.
I feel you. Caddy, what's up, man? We missed you, man.
Oh, look
Welcome
at
back.
you.
How's
Hello.
everything?
Everything's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Been
Yes.
busy, been sleepy, been smoking.
Uh, see, you just
TMI?
want
My
to
bad.
go.
My
What else?
fault.
What else do I do? Tell everybody. Tell
How many
everybody.
houses you got now?
Two. Just two.
Okay, okay. What's happening? Just rented?
Yes.
Hey,
Woo, yes.
oh, bunga, man. That's what's up, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Word. Q, what's up? I see you with the lighting and all that.
you feel me? I wanted to come through tonight with the real studio vibes. You gotta excuse my throat though. I've been sick.
Yeah, you
So
be all right. Get you some honey or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either that
But
or some coochie something. Yeah. Either or.
God
I can dig it. I can dig it. Bub, what's good, man? How you?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be here. Y'all know I ain't normally here on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I normally finesse that Saturday morning stage,
Word.
but I appreciate the time being here.
Indeed, indeed. Eddie, what's going on?
ain't shit popping.
So get this foodgasm.
Yo, every day, every podcast, you gonna ask dog.
Now, how do I ask you for food?
You just order from the menu, nigga.
So I can't say like Eddie, I need this foodgasm from you.
I pray not, brother. This nigga,
Okay.
man.
Okay. I just checking, my nigga. You know what I mean? Niggas be hungry. B, what's shaking? B,
What's
sleep.
going on?
Oh, B, you look like you can sleep with your eyes open, bro. You a magician, my nigga. Dead ass. What's up? What you got the floor on today?
Yeah, the floral. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, B, you aggressive motherfucker, boy. If
You
don't
got on
nobody,
that boy Sophie.
if don't nobody tell you that, I'm gonna tell you that, man. Hey, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We here, man. This might be risky. Do me a favor, like the goddamn what's it called? Stream. Like the stream right now. Share the broadcast right now. Let's get more people into the live. Of course, we be fashionably late. I don't like to say color people time because I'm always on time. But we got a couple people that fashionably late. Somebody computer been loading up for 20 minutes. I don't know what fucking dial up Windows 95, 97 MS DOS shit they got, but I have a Mac. So, all right, man, this might be risky. We here. All right, man. Good. So Alex had to go fix her shit, and they right here. I've been talking shit. They at the bottom. What's up,
Yeah,
Poop?
I was at the door. You ain't let me in.
You niggas been talking bad about you. I try to stick up for you, but you know what I mean. Alex, you good now?
It just keeps going in and out. I'm not sure what's happening. I got a Mac too, so I don't know what's happening.
It might be the braids.
Here you go.
You got a Big Mac.
Yeah, man. You got an old Mac. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. This gonna be the one, man. I can feel it.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
let me broach this first topic real quick to get this shit out the way, man. So what's up, man? Poor Michael B. Jordan or nah?
Nah,
Um,
he was
I'm,
simple, bro.
I say no, but yeah, I feel like this is a two-way streak. So at the end of the day, some people say, she's young, she's still living her life, finding herself, cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, dude, I mean, you kind of set yourself up. I mean, when you look at her past record, and then also to date a woman who once dated the father and the son, what the fuck you think? I mean, why would you? I mean, you're putting yourself out there, which I understand. Yes, put yourself out there, but I only understand that to a degree. But I mean, if I'm dating a woman, she tells me, "Yeah, I once dated the father and the son." Like, I mean,
But was that actually confirmed, or is that hearsay?
they was holding.
Because
She
I
was
never.
holding hands with Diddy, and she was holding hands with Diddy's son. So, damn it, that's enough confirmation for my black ass. So, at the end of the day, I mean, if a woman was to tell me that, I couldn't trust her. Dude, you put yourself out there. I mean, she for the streets. Shit.
Wait, B, you ain't really saying. So, were they holding hands? Like was it confirmed? Was that confirmed?
Well, there were several pictures on the internet, and Diddy confirmed that they were dating. If you go to the source, the topics, Google it and whatever, it was confirmed that they was dating.
Okay.
I mean,
Both though, because personally, I never saw the confirmation from Diddy or the son. I just saw like hearsay and like they were together, and when you're a
I mean, you don't gotta
celebrity and you're
confirm
photographed
hoes.
with
You know,
somebody.
you just add them to the roster.
There was pictures. There was pictures with the son booed up.
right,
With
that's what I'm saying. There was pictures. Yeah,
She
there
dated.
was pictures.
So I know she dated the son for a fact, right? And I know Diddy. They took pictures with them, and then they was at a dinner, I think. And I don't know if the son was there or not. But was he smashing her? Was he talking to her? I just don't know if that's clear. But
I can't see this girl dating the son and then like going to the next room and fucking the father. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, wait, stop. Hold on, you said
like, going to the next room and fucking the father. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, wait, stop. Hold on, you said
it happens.
Listen.
So you said you couldn't see that?
I mean, I can if you're trying to seek revenge against like someone who cheated on you. Like,
Wait, okay, well, hold on. But Eddie, what you're getting, Kenneth, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Eddie, Kenneth. What you'll be getting into, all right, so now you're trying to get into the fruit of it, and I mean to the root of it. It's not about if it was revenge or not. At the end of the day, if she did it for revenge or not is irrelevant. The fact that it was done. And there are sources, and I just looked it up, that they confirmed that she was dating Diddy. It's been confirmed she was dating Diddy's son. Now, whether or not she did it for revenge or to get her nut off or whatever doesn't change the fact that it was done. So what I'm saying is, I, as a man, I'm dating you. I'm taking you out on these dates. I want to get to know your history. And if you tell me, yeah, I once dated the father and the son, I can't trust you. Now, that's just me. I could be wrong. My way ain't law. I'm just saying, I couldn't trust you. You for the streets.
I mean, let's like extend that to if you can't trust her, then you can't trust niggas who out here fucking.
Okay, but Kenneth, what you're doing
out
is,
here, like, let's keep it let's keep it equal across the board. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but what you're doing is you're all right. You're taking the coin and you're trying to flip it. When I'm trying to keep it on the side that it's on. We're not talking about men, nor are we saying men don't do those types of things. I'm talking about the particulars of Lori Harvey and her past. I'm not talking about other men.
But the question is about Michael B. Jordan, though, I thought, and that relationship specifically.
Yeah.
All right, Slim.
B just wanted to think that she's a bird. That's just B just trying to get to that point that she's a bird.
I mean, what am I saying? You two ain't.
And she's a bird because she dated
people? Father and son. Who does that?
Don't work for you, Slim.
But I thought we did.
Men do it all the time.
But y'all are twisting.
Oh, here we go with that excuse. Jesus Christ.
They do. Men do it too.
So
So,
I'm
but
just saying,
so I
like,
think that what the question is Mike, like, people are saying poor Michael B. Jordan, right? Like, oh well, he, that's ridiculous that she didn't accept. I think the rumor is that he asked her to marry her, and she said no, like she's not ready, right? So that's the question. Like, why is that bad? Because she doesn't want to be married to this man because
And
he's perceived to be a good man.
You're missing my point altogether.
But we're just going off the question that's being presented. I mean, we could talk about if you think she's a bird or not, but that's not really like the question.
But I answered the question, so I'm just trying.
So you're saying that she was a bird, and since Michael B. Jordan dated her, knowing she allegedly dated son and father, are we feeling sorry for him, or is his fault? B.
I mean, he's Michael B. Jordan.
Well,
he could pretty much.
I'm saying I don't feel sorry for him because he knew her past. That's all. I'm just saying.
Okay. Q, what you think? What you think, Q?
Like based on what I understand about the whole thing, proposal is just that you're asking somebody a question, they get an answer. So, whether or not people feel like he's a stand-up guy and she did him wrong, whatever, you asked the question, she gave you the answer. She could be looking at it like she's not ready or she doesn't think she's wife material. I think we automatically jump to the assumption that, he was somehow done wrong in some way by getting a no to whatever his question was. So yeah, that's just my take on it. I don't think there was anything done wrong in this situation. I think it goes back to celebrities kind of disclosing too much about their personal life. The fact that we can all have an opinion about the shit to begin with.
Okay. Yeah. Shanae, I noticed you nodded when Kenny was like, if men can do it, women can do it. So you think women can conduct themselves sexually the same way as men?
Not necessarily conduct themselves in that way, but she has every right to date as many people as she wants to as well. Doesn't necessarily mean she's having sex with them, but she could date as many people. She can decide, okay, I want this man to do for me. And at the end of the day, I can decide if I want to be married to him or not.
Question. You think Trey Songz has sex with her?
Well, he wrote that song, so.
Okay. Do you think, hold on, do you think Future did?
Come on, I would say I think Future did. How
about the guy she was engaged to?
It doesn't. I personally feel like it doesn't matter.
Wait, because you said no, because you said she may not be having sex with them.
She may not. Not everybody.
But when we look at the roster, she was engaged to this dude. Mm-hmm. This is she dated Justin for a while. It's Future, for Christ's sakes, and it's Trey Songz. So if you were speculating, would you think they had sex with her?
They probably did. That doesn't mean that every single
person. How many people was that though?
Like why are y'all counting her bodies though?
It doesn't.
One at a time. They can't hear us.
You're talking about 5 or 6 guys that she's dated, right?
Yeah, we know it.
And y'all are marrying people that have
bodies.
But a lot more than Lori Harvey.
Exactly.
No,
that was in the dorm getting shit popping. So it's not, but it's just that y'all don't know about it.
No, so here, we're not judging the part. We're not judging the bodies. Just Shanae's statement. That's why I went through that roster, right? Because it's fair.
Like, look at all these men that she dated, but I'm like 5.
Well, no, we saying 6 niggas, right? But Shanae said they wasn't fucking. So I brought up the 6 niggas.
Not everybody.
And it's more likely than not that all them niggas that we just named got some cheeks.
And even if
maybe them, but there's other guys in between. It doesn't mean that she did that with every single guy. She's just she's spelling them out. That's possible. Okay. People do it.
I think I'll say this. Yeah. Definitely wanted to clarify one thing. So my boy B stated that if she dated the father and the son, that he wouldn't trust her. And I brought up men because if you can't trust her for allegedly dating a father and a son, then y'all niggas, well, yeah, y'all, because I ain't including me. Y'all niggas be out here doing some fuck shit out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
So like, very anecdotal.
Hold on, B.
Okay, my point is that if you can't trust her for allegedly dating a father and son, then y'all niggas should be walking by yourselves because niggas out here be dirt, grind, me. Okay? You know what
All
I'm
right,
saying?
so listen. Can I speak? Can I speak? I got this. Again, like it goes back to this, okay? I think you and Slim are brothers and sisters because y'all like to move the goalposts. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep the quarter on heads. You're trying to flip it to tails. We're not talking about men. I'm talking specifically about Lori Harvey. And also notice what I said. My way is not law. I'm just saying, for me, if I was dating a woman or if I knew of her past and she told me that she had dated the father and the son, and let's not say alleged. Sources have confirmed that they were dating, so let's not say alleged.
Has it come out her mouth? Did it come out of her mouth?
Okay, now you're trying to be an ass.
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying because niggas literally run with water.
We're not talking
about men, though.
We're not talking about men. What part of
it? Smashed the Father.
I'm saying niggas meaning everybody.
She might have smashed the Holy Spirit too. She might have got the trifecta.
I'm saying niggas meaning men and women. Niggas run us. We run with water. We don't clarify the truth. We just go off of little bits and pieces. We create our story and we run with it. So until I hear it come out of Lori's mouth or Diddy's mouth that they were dating and they were both dating their father, then all of this is alleged as far as I'm concerned.
So are you going to go and find Diddy and say, Diddy, did you actually date Lori Harvey? Or are you going to Google it? Or you have to listen. You have to listen.
Okay.
Or are you going to Google it in for yourself to find it out?
Let's Google it.
I'm gonna Google it.
Let's say hypothetically speaking, be that she did date the both of them, right? Mm-hmm. Why isn't there any smoke for Diddy and Justin? Like, you and your father had sex with the same woman, potentially.
Okay, all right.
Why isn't there any smoke for that?
You know what, Alice? For the sake of argument, you know what? I'm gonna give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Let's give no smoke. I'll give you that. But again, about them, we are talking specifically about Lori. And I said I don't feel sorry for him because he knew of her past, and I feel like he put himself out there. That's all I'm just saying. I mean, that's
crazy. Yeah, Diddy and Steve Harvey damn near the same age. He ain't had no business being with that damn child.
But we're not talking. Okay, and I'll give you that. But, I mean,
let me get Bub and let me get Bub and then Eddie. Bub, what you think? We feeling sorry for Mike or not? Hey, mute if you're not on.
I'm definitely not feeling sorry for him. He should have known better. Mm-hmm. But the fact that what Shorty did to him, that shit is foul. But yo, the fact that he would allow that to happen, yo, homie a sucker, man. He a sucker. Yo, I'm just telling it what it is. Yo, everything he did for Shorty, man, and this is publicly. This is they famous, and we only see him when we see online, like all that whining and dining, all them fucking yachts. Private.
What you supposed to do?
That guarantees marriage.
Let me speak.
Mute your mic.
None of y'all. Yo, ain't none of that shit cheap, bro. Ain't none of that shit cheap. And like in our minds, we thinking like, I'm doing everything that I think a man's supposed to be doing. If this is a woman, I'm definitely feeling that I could potentially wife up. But then on the back end, you hit me with a no. Bruh,
I'm sorry.
You hit me with a no after everything I did for you?
Yeah.
You giving killer vibes.
Women. Listen. You done out here. I'm about to bring you down to the bottom.
Ooh, he got it.
But see, that's because y'all coming from. That's real brokey.
That's real broke. Hold on.
Giving very much broke energy.
Let me talk though. When I say I'm gonna bring you down to the bottom, I'm not saying like publicly. I'm not a child, but like if you ever call me again, or if you ever want to link up,
why would she though?
Oh, it's gonna be a problem. I'm bringing your ass down to the bottom. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds of fun, and then your ass got to go. Word up, move on to the next. Done. Dead out.
Let me get Eddie. Let me get Eddie, and then I want Q. You get to respond. Go ahead, Eddie.
So a few things.
Hey, be concise.
I'm about to be very concise, right? So
I love that,
right? I did 2 years internship at Steve Harvey Studios. I know these kids back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something y'all not mentioning is a whole ass mama, right? Let me give you context. Their mama is a Memphis known underground hoe, right? I don't say the word hoe lightly. I mean this shit. She dated 2 of the most notorious drug dealers in Memphis. Both of them were brothers. She had a child by one. He got locked up. He's doing 20, 25 years right now. He was like, fuck it. I'm a fucking brother. Had a kid with him. He's locked up for like 30-something years, right? So essentially, Lori and her brother are really cousins right now. In between that, she was dating who back in the day? Steve Harvey. Y'all know Steve's story. He went broke, lived out of his car for 3 years. She dumped that nigga because he ain't had no money. Now Steve Harvey's worth about $200 million. Her raggedy hoe ass came back. He simping, married her ass. Here she is. Adopted her kids and all that as his own, yada, yada, yada. I can tell you from anecdotal personal experience that her whole ass mama has groomed Lori to be what she is now. A secondary generation hoe too. So in terms of just like moving the way she does, hey, do your thing, right? I never put down a chick that's out here doing whatever she want to do, moving like a man, whatever you want to call it. But in terms of Michael B. Jordan, no, I don't feel sorry for you because you saw her track record. But it's also like it's a track record that stemmed from her mama. So it's just like, yeah, you could kind of be like, oh, you know, she's 25. She doesn't have to accept the proposal from him. She doesn't. But let's not get away from what the history of the thought behavior is. She's out here living a life, doing all that, cool. But in terms of just like, if I was to date this young woman and I knew her history, it would probably be just one fucking date if I'm about to take her seriously.
That's the point I was making. I mean,
I agree with Eddie.
May I?
Hold on.
What's the given, Kenneth? What's the given?
Let me get Q in real quick. Kenny, go ahead, Q.
You know,
want to address Bob.
It's so funny because everything that Eddie just said, that's information that if you did your research on the family could be found online and also has been, you know, regurgitated on other podcasts where people, you know, are aware of those types of things. That is neither here nor there. Her saying yes or no to the proposal come on, bub. You feeling like she should have said yes because bread was spent.
She has all the autonomy to say no. What I'm saying is the trajectory of her wholeness is consistent. The niggas that she fuck with who are dirtbags, right? Y'all all agree that them niggas are dirtbags and she mess with all of them. So she like dirtbags. And it's
but Eddie, link that. Hear me all the way out. Let me land. Link that to a no being given for a proposal. That's not cool.
There's no linkage. There is.
But what?
There's no link there. So it's
and I agree with you. I am agreeing with you. What I'm saying is that because she is the woman that she is, she doesn't find value in a man like Michael B. Jordan. She's like, nah, bro.
But where do you get that information? You're talking the whole time, everything anecdotal. Where do you get that information that because she said no, she doesn't value a good man?
For you. It's just like I have.
But we don't have enough information to say that she. But we don't have enough information to say that she provided him with a no because she doesn't feel like she's at a place to
do it. She has to say.
She got the DNA of so many niggas. Like, come on now, are we really? And I know women like to defend other women. Like, let's call a hoe a hoe. Like, why can't we do that?
But that's the thing is, okay, if you want to call her hoe, that's one thing. What does that have to do with her providing a no to a guy?
But we're repeating ourselves at this point. I already agree with you. It doesn't really add up with her.
Right. So okay. So then what you're saying is I just want to be on this podcast and call her a hoe.
No, okay. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. It's typical post moving shit that women do. That shit is crazy.
So when we look at the question, poor Michael B. Jordan or no, okay, Hamp asked the question. I said no, and I brought up why I don't feel sorry for him due to the history. Eddie and Bub elaborated on my point. So Q, it all is okay. The reason why we're not feeling sorry for him is because he brought it on himself because of him knowing her history, her track record.
And that's all cute, B. And I see where you're trying to link what they said to what you said. That's not what the fuck they said. So I'm addressing what the fuck they said.
Q, what is she potentially waiting for? If she don't want to marry Michael B. Jordan, what is she potentially waiting for, Q?
We have no idea, but again, you don't have the ins and outs of all that relationship to see if it was certain reasons why she would say no. There's a lot of reasons.
We don't. We're going off the track record. That's why I stuck to the track record, and I'm not sure like if it's freaking ingrained in women to do to just defend other women. It's just like
what it is, man. What it is,
y'all do it so easily with men though. Oh, that nigga's a hoe. Okay, great. This chick is a hoe.
Already ran through. Who is she potentially waiting for after this man?
And she's already ready. Going to another one.
It doesn't matter. That's the whole point of a proposal is to ask a question with a yes or no
she's
answer.
A gold digging bitch. That's what she is.
I didn't say all that.
So you niggas is butthurt for him. Just say that.
I don't agree with that.
There's nothing wrong with her saying no. What is wrong with her saying no? That's the whole point of the question.
Those are the type of women you stay away from.
One at a time.
All right, so we have the women give their answers.
Yeah, one at a time. One at a time.
You please, Mike. Thanks.
Let me get Caddy in. Caddy, go ahead.
Lord, like this is just crazy because it's weird that men feel like you have ownership over women's bodies. So if a woman says no to a proposal, it's because of her history and not because she made a conscious decision not to marry a man because she didn't want to marry him.
So Caddy, do you think? Well, they're just saying that Michael B shouldn't be surprised because of track record. I guess the question is, does her track record make a difference?
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It does not. Okay, and you guys
can't. Body count doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Why should it? Why should it? Meaning. Hold on. Let me clarify my point. Meaning, if you're dating me. And you asked me how many men, women, whomever have I slept with? And I said 5. But the real number is 25. But you never knew the 25.
You got to multiply by 3.
Come on, get out of here. Like y'all being real silly right now. No, you're going to go with what I tell you unless something else in the environment tells you otherwise. Right. But if nothing else out here tells you otherwise, then you're with a woman that's only slept with 5 people.
All right, so
it doesn't make a difference in any decisions that are made. That's what I'm saying. Like Lori's history has nothing to do with her accepting a proposal.
All right,
go ahead.
All right, Hamp. Someone obviously doesn't watch the Saturday podcast, and it shows because if you did, you would have known that when we did a previous podcast, maybe a month, 2 at the very most.
Getting a lot of airtime.
Hold on, listen. All right, well, you get a lot of drinking time in too. So, all right. But you would know that a man is going to
be off the absolute.
No, I ain't had time to drink absolute tonight. But you shit. You ain't the damn moderator. Shit. Anyway,
go ahead.
But anyway, what we discussed on one of the previous Saturday podcasts is men do take a woman's body count into consideration. And if we're dating, and if you tell me you've only slept with 3 men when you've actually slept with 25, well, you'll just be a liar.
Okay, that's fine. I don't give a fuck about that. If y'all take body count into consideration, hold on, listen, because you're not making any sense. If Michael B. Jordan knew just as many niggas that she slept with, that Lori slept with, the same amount of niggas that y'all know, I'm pretty sure he knew too. And he made a conscious decision to be with her. Therefore, he knew what he was getting himself into with her history and whatever else issues might there be. And they broke up. People break up all the time, B. Like
you just said the exact same thing I just said.
What I've noticed is you women, with the exception of Alex, y'all keep saying she had a right to turn down the proposal. Okay, she had a right to turn down the proposal. You are 100% correct. What we are saying is he brought it on himself because he knew of her history. Okay,
that's it.
That's all that we're saying. You turn it around.
No, B, where do you get the confirmation that her rejection to him was based on her body count? That's what I'm trying to say. It does.
He
You guys are
dated her
just
knowing her
talking
body
shit. You
count.
talking shit because y'all got mouthpieces.
And I
Where
called
does
him
her
a simp at the
rejection
beginning.
come? Where does her body count warrant the rejection of his
It
proposal?
doesn't, but it's a part of
Exactly.
the
So if you just
context.
said it doesn't, then everything else
I
you said
agree
has
with
no
you like
bearing.
20 minutes ago. Y'all just like to ramble about nonsense.
I mean, that's all they do.
Y'all been the one doing all the talking.
It
We
obviously
ain't
doesn't
even-
matter. He dated her knowing her body count.
But why are y'all so defensive? Because all the men on the panel were calm. Y'all the ones that
we just speaking facts. Y'all don't want to hear the
Y'all are
facts.
mad. Y'all are
Y'all
mad
say
she
y'all
got
want
a
to hear
body
from
count.
women. Y'all don't want to hear the facts.
But okay, we agreed he had a right to turn. She had a right to turn down the proposal. But what we're saying is we aren't feeling sorry for him because he knew of her history. If I go out there, Q, let's take this for example. I once had a Mercedes Benz. Okay, it's one of the most expensive cars on the face of the earth. But if I go out there right now and I buy a Mercedes Benz, all right, and then I go over to Hamp's house and we're having a few drinks and I say, Hamp, my Benz is in the shop. It costs $5,000 to get out and I don't have the funds for it. And Hamp says, well, B, didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago that you knew of the history of a Mercedes Benz before? If you knew that the maintenance is expensive, why would you go out there and buy a Benz? It's my fault. He shouldn't feel sorry for me because he knows that I know the history of a Benz. Okay, he knows the history of her. He knows.
But you're comparing apples to oranges because you're still not linking it back to where any of that warrants her saying a no being a horrible thing.
But we're beyond the no, Q. We already said she had a
right, but you're talking about her body count. You guys are just free from calling her a hoe. So just say that. I want to call her a hoe.
One at a time. One at a time. Listen. So let me ask a question. So Q, they're just saying that he shouldn't have been surprised because of said body count, her mom's conduct, and her conduct. Do you think that's fair to say, or you think that that has absolutely nothing to do with nothing?
No, I'm saying like Bub was saying, oh, he did all this, spent all this bread, and she's gonna give him a no. Like, what is wrong with that? So they're not. So I think you're speaking for the masses trying to say they were all saying the same thing. They were not all saying the same thing.
That's usury.
B, can I talk?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
When you talk, Q, it's not fair because you be playing both sides.
How I'm playing both sides right now. I've been saying the same thing this whole time.
You be trying to act like the man and the woman, so it ain't fair sometimes.
What you mean playing both sides?
She a whole woman.
Because I'm honest.
Go ahead,
Because I speak my truth and stand on what I say. Anytime I ever said anything on any of these shows on one topic, I stick to the same context on that whole topic.
Q keep it a buck.
Stuff, Q.
She keep it a buck. She just act girly some days. That's all.
She's a girl. I can't.
Last time I checked, she
Them niggas is hilarious.
But do y'all think that Lori Harvey was?
But no, I'm saying, y'all want me to play devil's advocate? Okay. It sounds like the men are saying you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. If y'all saying that, then just say that is my whole point.
That's what they're saying.
Just say it and stand on it.
Yeah.
But to be like she's wrong, to even imply that she's wrong for saying no because she has a certain body count that you don't link.
Wrong. No one said she was wrong. No man.
Well, I think that's what Bub was saying.
Eddie.
Nah, that's not what he was saying. See, y'all making shit up, man.
So what did he say?
All right, final
He said,
thoughts
if I
on this.
spent all this bread on you, you got the nerve to give me a no. Could somebody run the tape back? Because I swear that's what I heard.
I heard that.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
But what he's saying.
Final thoughts on the topic.
But what he said links back to what I was saying. You're doing all this for this woman, and you know her history. You know she hasn't been in a committed relationship. You know she hasn't settled down. Why put yourself out there if you know that, Q? That's all that we're saying.
So can you niggas stop tap dancing and one of y'all say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife?
Yeah, I'm ready for my final thought.
You can't.
Let me see. So Bub gonna get an opportunity to finish up, but can't what you close this out for me? What you think? Can he close this out for me? What you think? What's your final thoughts on this topic? Hear me?
Ken.
Oh man.
Bruh.
Yeah, Ken, you.
What you doing?
What's your final thoughts on this topic?
Wait, are you talking to me? Is something going on
Yeah.
with my Wi-Fi? It's acting real ghetto
Okay.
at this point in
All
time.
right, everybody mute. Yeah, Ken, I'm talking to you. So what's your final thoughts on this topic? It's like he got a little delay.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in. Is something going on?
All right,
sorry.
Go ahead. Bub, what's your final thoughts on this topic?
Man, fuck Lori Harvey, fuck Michael B. Jordan. That type of woman should be dragged down to the bottom. Let's move right along.
All right, Sinead, did you get your 2 cents on this? Because I know I asked you a question within a question, so I want to give you an opportunity.
I kind of was chiming in. I don't think that I don't really feel sorry for him. He already knew her history, so he went into it knowing that already. If he thought that he was going to get something better, we all do it. We all go into things hoping for the best. He hoped for the best. It didn't work out that way. Oh well, she's not wrong though. She had every right to say yes or no. That's on her.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised, right? Everybody thinks they're exceptional, right? So Michael B thought he was the one that could lock it down.
Yeah,
exactly.
35-year-old tried to chase a 25-year-old young girl, and it didn't work out the way he intended.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to be upset about that.
They got hit with a honey bun.
They're not the same age. They're not on the same wavelength, like at all. And to expect different or to expect her to be more mature is ridiculous.
It's on him, right? Alice, what'd you say? That'd be the final thought.
I think in general, I personally don't feel bad for Michael B. Jordan. Traditionally speaking, prior to Lori Harvey, we've never seen him be public with relationships before. And then when they did have snapshots of him, he was with non-Black women. I feel like Lori Harvey was the it girl. And when he finally went ahead and got her, it was just like, okay, I'm going to showboat. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. So I think personally, Lori Harvey was a come up for him because after a while, people kind of stopped checking for Michael B. Jordan. There's nothing wrong with the woman saying no to a proposal. And just because she says no, we can't assume what happened behind the scenes. That's a big age difference between 25 years old and 35 years old. It could be that he was ready. Clearly, he was ready to settle down. And she's like, no, I got a little bit more life to live. And he might have been, the perception that I have is that he thought that he was going to be the one to put a ring on it because she's dated Diddy, supposedly. She's dated Future. She's dated this person. She's dated that person. He was like, you know what? I'm going to be the one to put a ring on it. It didn't work out for him. I don't feel bad. Move on.
Interesting.
Can I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you wholly. I just have to say, like, the girl's 25, right? As she stated. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with dating strategically. If you're in certain circles, you're not going to be out here dating the Pookies and the Ray Rays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're out here amongst like a hefty litter. And you want to be strategic with your dating. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with dating the 6 people that everyone has stated. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. She's being strategic. She's not dating the cleaner guy. She's not dating the guy who owns a CMOS company. Like, she's dating the multimillionaires and the billionaire, obviously Diddy. But do I feel sorry for him? No. I don't like that face, bud. Don't make that face. Okay. Look, like, okay.
Final thought.
I don't feel sorry for him because, like they stated, he did think that he was going to lock it down. Obviously, I thought that they were going to be this big to do, but obviously it didn't work. And she's 25. She's not wanting to get married at 25. There's nothing wrong with it. And somebody stated earlier that if you would have did all of that, you would have been salty and blah blah. I mean, I could get it, you know what I'm saying? Your feelings is a little hurt, you know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, your feelings hurt, you know what I'm saying? You spent all your little money
like
on your little boats and stuff,
Kenneth.
you know. I'm not poor. If I'm not poor, why would I want someone that's poor?
That's fair.
You know, like, this is what I'm talking about, like, strategy. It's because niggas is broke out here. Niggas is broke. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, like, you have to be strategic for dating.
All right, final thoughts on this one, man. Listen, I'm with Bub now. Y'all done fucking gave me a headache. Fuck both of them.
Yeah, that shit. I needed that.
Damn, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Do me a favor. Like the channel, share the stream right now, but share it through a text message. You know a nigga that's sitting on the couch not doing a goddamn thing. Tell his $5 ass to go ahead and log on and watch the show. You know what I mean? This might be risky. All right. Look. So here's the headline topic, man. I'm just gonna post the little picture so we can get right into it. All right. You know, it's Pride Month, right?
Yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah.
This nigga. Can you be a part of the LGBTQ+IA community and still be God-fearing? Is that a thing? You know.
No.
Hell no.
Let's start with Bub. Go ahead.
No, man. No. I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of all that fake shit. I'm tired of all the fake woke people. I'm tired of all that bullshit. No, you can't be. Because and I don't even follow religion. I don't follow none of that bullshit. But everybody know that, like I guess in the Bible it states that being gay is a sin. So come on now, the two don't match up. Like, come on now, let's knock it off already. Mm-hmm. Get them the fuck up out of here. Like, no, you can't. No. Sorry, Q. No.
You ain't got to apologize to me, nigga. I ain't even spoke yet. But go ahead.
You don't have to speak.
Q said I ain't even say shit.
But when I see you in real life, I'm gonna run up to you and give you a hug, my nigga.
Oh, I'm gonna hug you back too. Ain't no love lost.
Go ahead, Q. What you think?
So I gotta disagree with Bub on this. This me and your night right here. So I gotta say, I think that you absolutely can be of the LGBTQ. I don't know all the letters because
Say
but all that.
LGBTQIA+.
Y'all just be adding letters. Just say alpha.
It ain't no place for y'all in the Bible or in religion. So how?
Oh, you mean for them, right? So
I'm boxing you in there too for
You
y'all.
gotta identify with something to be a part of it. So anyway,
come on, Q. Don't play that game,
come
girl.
on, bro. So I'm saying I think that is absolutely possible to be God-fearing and be a part of that community. It is absolutely possible. You don't know what people. So because everybody's gonna go to the automatic. It's sin. So when you're talking about sin and having the ability to be God-fearing with sin, every fucking person falls under that. So right there,
y'all not even accepted in religion or in the Bible. How?
But I know. See,
so who does the Bible apply to?
No. See, hold on. I got this. I already knew.
No, B, let him talk. He grown.
Hold on.
Who does the Bible apply to?
Hold on. Hold on, Q. Like I said in the beginning, I don't indulge in no Bible scripture, none of that bullshit. I just know being gay, being bisexual, ain't none of that accepted in the Bible. So how?
But what does that have to do with being God-fearing?
How
you're talking about the Bible, a book that was written.
How can you be God-fearing if you're not even they don't even accept the real God-fearing people, quote unquote, don't even accept you. So how? And why even would you want to be? So how?
What do you mean how? Because of sin?
It don't make no sense. How?
You're not making sense because of sin.
If you disregard sin, it doesn't matter. Like
Bub also mentioned that he's agnostic. Are you agnostic or atheist, Bub?
You know
he
what?
Doesn't believe in it.
He don't know.
I believe in energy.
You don't know what the hell he is.
So agnostic.
Kenneth, don't make me get at you.
So I'm saying, so let me land. So if you're saying that there are a group of people that reject you, then you're not talking about God rejecting you. You're talking about a group of people that reject you. And if you're saying that a Bible, a book, warrants whether or not you can be God-fearing, you throw that whole book away. What do you have? Nothing but the core. That's all you got. And if you're talking about it's the sin because the Bible speaks against a lot of other different things. So right there, it's a whole bunch of people that's out of that God-fearing love or whatever you want to call it. That being said, you also have to think of who the Bible applies to and whether or not it resonates. If what's in the Bible does not resonate with you, then it does not apply to you. The same way that you said you don't believe in religion. So if somebody religious told you was going to hell for doing something, you're rejecting that automatically because you don't believe in what they believe in.
Okay, you know what, Q? I give you that. I give you that point right there. I give you that. Q, you God fearing?
Do I love God?
I'm asking you, are you God fearing? I'm
Do
asking
I
you.
love God?
I'm asking you, are you God fearing, Q?
Do
The
I love
question.
God? Yes, I love God.
Q, don't try to tiptoe around this shit. I'm asking you, are you God fearing? The same
God
question
fear,
of the
God
family.
fear, God
Hey, what
fearing,
is the
like in the
definition
sense
of
of
God fearing,
Christianity
though?
or religion. No, I am not.
Go ahead, Kent. Ham, this is your platform. Go ahead. I said my
Okay.
piece.
All right. Let me get Kenneth. What you think? Can you be a part of the alphabet community and still be God fearing? And I'm saying alphabet because it's just easier.
Okay. So I'm personally not a part of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba's going crazy. Babe, I'm gonna need for you to get a drink of water. Calm down, okay? Calm down. Because this is what white folks creating and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is a label that they have created with all of the separations and things. I'm a same gender loving man. I love the same gender. I am not in a community.
Q,
The
you been
LGBT
celebrating this? Hey, excuse
community
me, Kenneth. Have
is,
you been celebrating this month? Yes or no?
I haven't.
You don't Kenneth, don't lie. Have you been celebrating this month? Yes or no? Have you been waving that
You can
flag
look
this
at my
month? Yes or no?
Instagram. You can look at my Instagram and you can see not one rainbow, not one Skittles, not one
You ain't been
Starburst
twerking. You ain't been booty
on my
popping. Nothing.
Insta stories.
That ain't got
You
nothing
ain't
to
been.
do
I've
with
never
You ain't
been.
been.
everybody bump have sex.
Let me see. It's
Wow.
because like people are used to the typical type of person. Okay, I'm a bit more elevated as a human being, as a spirit. I live on that level. I don't, so therefore, I don't celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate these things. Okay. I'm on a different level. I went in life by myself walking for 3 years with nobody has access to me, no phone number, no social medias. So therefore, there is no birthday calls. There is no get-togethers at Thanksgiving because I took a spiritual walk alone for 3 years. I'm
I
not the
feel
rest of
you.
these niggas. I'm not the rest of these niggas. I walked alone. So I did not speak to my mother, my grandmother, my siblings, my friends. I did not have sex. I did not do any of those things in 3 years. So it makes sense to me that I don't participate in these fake community because it is fake. They have the gay prides and stuff. I've never been to a gay pride ever in my life. I'm 36 years old. I just don't subscribe to a lot of labels because once you put labels on people, they expect you to be all of that of which the label entails. And I just don't subscribe to labels. That's why I say I'm a same gender loving man. Now, can I love God and have a relationship with God and be blessed immensely blessed, immensely gifted, immensely uh 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 figuring out what powers I have, what
Help you, Q.
supernatural gifts I have. I am not these niggas.
Okay.
These niggas,
All
I'm not
right.
them. You
All
know what I'm
right.
saying?
It always
So
reverts to these
yes,
niggas. It's crazy.
All right.
I'm not these niggas. I'm
I
just
got
saying.
you.
This
Let
shit's
me
Like
get.
hilarious.
and the majority of people out here in life ain't doing the work that I've done. So yeah, I'm different from a lot of you niggas. Cause a lot of y'all weak out here in these streets. A lot of y'all weak. A lot of y'all weak. Y'all need people. Y'all need drugs. Y'all
Stop
need
it.
sex. Y'all need all of these things just to function in your everyday lives. I'm not you. I'm not you guys.
Nigga stupid.
I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
yes,
Boy.
I have a very close relationship with God. I
Mhm.
spend the most that I've spent praying in one day has been for 4 hours. And the bulk, 75% of my prayers are giving thanks. Is giving thanks for everything. For hot water, for running water, for a toilet, for a refrigerator, for a microwave.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going and going and going and going and going. So yes, the spiritual connection is strong. And if you would step outside of these labels and the niggerdom and the world stuff, you would be able to find who the fuck you are. Because if I ask you, who are you, bub?
Final thought on that.
Many people will say, well, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah, hurry up, nigga.
If I ask you who you are, most people start off with, my name is blah, blah, blah. And I would say that's the name that someone gave you. Who are you? Oh, I'm a wife. I'm a husband. No, that's a title. I have a degree in communications and media. No, that's what you went to school for. Oh, I'm creative. Oh, no, that's your gift. Who are you? And many people stop after that because you haven't done the work to figure out who the fuck you are. So yes, you can have a spiritual connection with God.
Are you gonna ask me?
The answer been yes from the beginning.
So you ask me who I am? Bub. Debbie's son.
Exactly.
Exactly what you just said. You proved his point.
Exactly. You don't know shit, bub. You don't know who the fuck you are, nigga. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to slap some shit into you tonight.
If you was listening, it made perfect sense.
Debbie's son.
You don't know who you are because you're bub.
I know who I do.
And who is Debbie?
Debbie's son.
Who is Debbie?
Debbie Jones.
Who is Debbie?
Debbie Jones, my mother.
Who is Debbie Jones?
She's the daughter of her. She's the daughter of her father.
Right, you're giving all of these titles.
You're
giving all of these titles. You're not
right,
saying who.
Let's refocus here.
Yeah,
it's okay. You don't know who you are. I get it. I'm here to wake you up, bub.
I'm good out here. Trust me, Kenneth. I'm good out here. I'm gravy, baby.
You say your name.
All right. Let me get
I think different, but
I don't know. Kenny got people agreeing and shit. Slim,
Trust
what you
me,
think?
I'm good out here.
What you think, Poop?
You should have asked me the last topic. I ain't got nothing to say about this. Of course, anybody can love God because everybody's sinners. You know what I mean? So if you believe in whatever you believe in, there's no one person that's excluded from the group.
I think
it's ridiculous to think that because you're gay, you can't love
just
God.
To clarify, the question's God fearing, not loving God.
Anyone can fear God. Anyone can be God fearing. So the question is foolish.
Okay. Eddie, what you think?
Under the context of what religious text says, like Bub was saying earlier, it's an immediate dismissal according to religious text, not according to what Eddie says, that anybody that lives an alternative life is not welcome within that sphere. I'm saying alternative. I'm not saying that you can't love God, like Q was saying, like everything that Q said I agree with. I'm not saying that you can't be God-fearing, all of that, right? But the space of religion strictly forbids anybody who lives outside of that text and the way in which it teaches you to live as a sin or negative or bad or all of that, right? And as Kenneth was articulating, right, you could have your own relationship with God, breaking that down as far as, how you choose a label or don't choose a label, what have you, and have your own individual relationship with God. I'm not a religious person. I study text, so that's why I can give you context in that regard. But at the end of the day, when it comes to religion, when it comes to what the term God-fearing actually comes from, it's a no-go, right? But again, no one can tell you how to live, how to maintain that relationship with God, energy, Allah, Buddha, whatever the hell you choose to follow at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But in terms of what the question is, the answer would be no, according to what these religious texts teach, right? There's a fine line. There's a discrimination within it, right? You can't ignore that shit. Like pastor on a Sunday, day-to-day basis, they're like, nah, that's not the case. But you look around at most churches, particularly black churches, it's hella gay people in the church, or however they identify. So
it's gay people in every group. We're just we express ourselves more, and we've allowed
Right.
the space to express ourselves more. Other groups, Indians, Bengali, they don't express
I hear you,
themselves as
Kenneth, but you're moving the
loudly
goalposts
as black
again.
people.
So I
Kenny,
was saying in regards to religion specifically, that's all great and nice and dandy, but specifically to religion, that it's not a welcoming atmosphere, but it's a huge contradiction because it's hella people who live in different ways in the church, in the mosque, and otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what happens then? Like, so what happens if you are not God? If you're LGBT and you whatever, like, what happens? Like, what happens next?
I mean,
If
just
you're
looking
born
at
gay,
yeah, I
what
can answer that for you. Let me
happens
answer that for you.
next?
So, like, I'm just looking at the
Oh
panel, right?
Lord,
Everybody up in here black as hell, right? We've all been to church. We all know the judgmental ass shit that comes with church. We all know, some of the abuses that happen within church. We all know the scheming and the politics and all of that shit, right? So I think you're asking a rhetorical question because at the end of the day, both you and Q just said that you have your own individual relationship with whatever that higher power is, however you call it. So in terms of asking me how did that look, that's up to you. It doesn't matter, right? Because if you're now asking me how it
I'm
looks,
speaking because I'm going off of what you said about it's forbidden, it's not welcomed. So with what I'm going off of what you stated, how it's not welcome and it's forbidden. So what happens? Where
that's
do
not
you
up to me.
go?
That's not up to me.
But I'm
That's up to
asking you, but
I'm
if
I'm giving you a
you
response,
holding
right?
this
And I also
belief,
think that upon a couple of questions that have happened so far, you're not willing to accept what the response is. I'm telling you what it is because based on the text, I go back to what I originally said. According to how these institutions are structured, according to how you live your life, you are not welcome, right? That's not Eddie's opinion. That's what it is from the beginning of how that shit was
welcome
structured.
where?
Right. So you're not giving an
welcome
opinion,
where?
period. You're giving an
Yeah.
indoctrinated answer.
No, so if you're going, because I believe our conversation is predicated off the God of the Bible. Because if you just want to try to expand it, it can go on forever and ever, right? But as Black Americans, largely we are Christian, right? So if there was an answer to the question based on the Bible that most of our people, right, use and try to live by, then there is a straight answer for said question. So here, right, it says, surely you know that the wicked will not possess God's kingdom. Do not fool yourselves. People who are immoral or who worship idols or adulterers or homosexual perverts or who steal or are greedy, drunkards, slander, other than thieves, none of them will possess God's kingdom. So it says you won't make it into heaven. That would be the answer that Kenny, you know what I mean? Because he was trying to look for something more concrete. That's what it says.
Then that means everybody is in the wrong because I saw drunkards in there and everybody was on the podcast today having a sip. So then I guess everybody going to hell.
I didn't have a sip.
Right.
Well,
but you was talking about it.
And there's a difference. And there's a difference
Everybody in
between
there,
drinking
so.
and being drunk. But I mean,
yeah.
So can I say this?
Oh my Lord.
Kenny,
can't.
Go ahead. Kenny, make a statement and then I'm gonna let B jump in. All right.
Okay. With our people, we to be gay is literally worse than being a murderer in our society. It's literally worse. We will house you. I said our people. Our people. Being gay is the worst thing on the planet. Some people are getting kicked out of homes. You're shunned. Niggas won't even talk to you, but you chilling with the murderer beside you. Your damn cousin and your friend rape kids. I mean, but we accept these people with open arms. Like, come here. Come on. We accept those people, but being gay is the worst thing above murderers and adulterers and people who sell drugs to the community and drug you. I mean, the list, woman beaters, cheaters, the list goes on and on, but for some reason with the gay stuff, and it's specifically gay men, gay Black men, because according to a lot of niggas, lesbians is okay because it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's okay. It's not that bad. Hey, lesbian, because I could turn her out. You know what I'm saying? But being a gay man is just not accepted. But I just want it to be on equal playing fields. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got a point, right? Often in our community we glorify drug dealers, right? Free Tukey, knowing he killed a whole bunch of people. So I think you got a point there. B, what's your thoughts on the topic?
So as we all right, the question. All right. If you look at the Holy Bible, I'm not talking about what you worship, Buddha, Islam, or what the hell ever. The Bible, there are certain sins in the Bible that does deem immediate hell. All right. Homosexuality is one of them. My answer to the question is no. I do not believe you can be part of that bullshit and still be God-fearing. That's all I have to say.
Have you read the book of Enoch?
Oh my God. Have mercy, Lord.
I'm just asking. Have you read the book of Enoch?
All right, hold on. You got to listen, right? I'm going to give you an answer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. That's your answer. It doesn't matter.
That's fine.
If I read it,
because you haven't read it, so you haven't read it. The point is that book isn't in the Bible, and obviously that book has been tampered with throughout the centuries. Words that were not in it is in it, so that's why we take this what we have in 2022 as the Holy Grail, but the same way that the book of Enoch is not in it.
Why are you so debatable? If I read it, if I didn't read it, it doesn't matter. Ham asked the question. I gave an answer. You're getting ready to talk instead of listening. God gave one mouth, two ears. Because if you read your Bible, you would know that. Okay, so
yeah, I mean, but that's
why do you have to move the goalpost? Ham asked the question. I gave an answer.
I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm just asking you a question, and you saying. You're saying that I have a lot of feminine ways, in which I do. I do. And I also have masculine ways too, because I embrace both my masculine and feminine energy equally.
All right, well, good for you and your masculine.
Unlike the rest of you niggas who right.
What?
And
but
it's okay. It's just okay. If you're one of those people who dwell.
Sir, why do you have
You're dwelling in the bottom pit of the frequency level.
You want to sit back and say, well, have you read the book of Enoch? It doesn't matter, dude.
Well,
it
because
matter.
Because it does.
You have
because
no
my point was my.
All right, well, what was your point?
But the same way that you're saying I don't listen, and you're being extremely combative right now, Mr. B, C, and D. So the point is that right? Ring it, because I could go. Look, the point is that the book has been tampered with. And although I read it, I do, but I read it with knowing, one, who are these people? What do they look like? Do they look like me, or do they look like Sarah? Let me finish. My point is that it has been tampered with. And I'm not saying that the scripture that he put up is wrong. I don't know. But I read the entire book. But I also know that there's bits and pieces that were taken away, and there were bits and pieces that were added for whatever reason. The same way that they presented you niggas with a slave Bible and took out a slew of things in it. It's the same way that it's presently speaking. So that's my point. That's why I asked you if you did.
Can we just say the Bible is literal and figurative? You interpret the Bible how you interpret it.
All right, and we can say that from hell to heaven. That doesn't change the fact that we have it and lots of people live by it. So that is, you have to because I have.
They actually don't. They actually don't.
All right, can I?
Everybody don't live by the Bible. Commandments. The commandments is the book, is the law in the Bible, and everybody not following. Now, I'm pretty sure that everybody on this panel is not following everything.
We'd all be in hell.
The Ten Commandments. Exactly. And the Ten Commandments is the law. Where does the law say? But then where does the law say that you cannot be homosexual? It doesn't say that for law purposes, but it also says you can't be an adulterer. I mean, you can't be cheating on your wife or your spouse, whatever. But I'm pretty sure people be cheating. It also says that you are not to be committing coveting your neighbor's wife and their goods and property. A lot of us be envious of other people's property. So if that's the case, if we're gonna go on that,
it's not moving the
if you're gonna go
goalpost.
on that, then we are all sinners.
It's not moving the goalpost.
We are, yeah, exactly. We are all sinners.
Y'all
Every
didn't
single
let
one
me
of us.
ask
None
the
of us are
question. I have a
perfect.
question. Okay.
But none of us are perfect. To be God-fearing means to be Bible believing. Not everyone believes in the Bible. I looked it up on Google. It says Bible believing. Not everyone believes in the Bible, but you take interpretive aspects of the Bible. So what you interpret it to be for you. So you can't say that somebody, because you're part of LGBTQIA plus. That's the definition. I had to learn it. But that's exactly what it is. But you can't say, okay, they can't be God-fearing, because people, if you think about the flag and what LGBTQIA plus represents, it represents pride, it's love, it's joy, it's peace, it's meekness. All those are fruits of the spirit. And people who believe in the Bible, supposed to be Christians and Bible thumpers, don't even exercise fruits of the spirit. But a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus do. That's what I'm picking up. And I never went to a pride parade. I went for the first time this year, and I was actually like, wow, this is different from me. I opened up my eyes, and it says, it tells you not to transform to the world, but it tells you renew your mind. I was renewing my mind at that moment.
Where did you get your facts from, Shanae?
Which facts?
Like some of the things you said about what the Bible does and does not say.
Okay, as far as it doesn't necessarily say that women can't lie with women. It says men cannot lie with men. It does say that, but it depends on how you're looking at it. It also says that in the Bible it says something about men and women are to be married. That's what marriage is under the eyes of God. But then we also talk about the 10 commandments. So if you want to talk about that, then that means you need to be following all the commandments as well. So you're judging people for a lifestyle, but you're not even following the commandments. The 10 commandments is the book of laws. That is the law of God.
So
and not
let me
everyone,
just
you're not following everything to the T.
I don't want to go down it, because I know that.
I got a question.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So one, there's more than 10 commandments. Just like when we're talking about Leviticus 20 and 13, the one we're referring to about homosexuality is not a part of the 10 commandments, right? But it's still a commandment, right?
Okay.
And now,
so do we have tattoos?
If
anybody have tattoos? Because that's something that says not to do mark your bodies.
Where's that? Do you know?
I forgot. I think it's in Leviticus somewhere. I don't remember the actual scripture, but I know it's in Leviticus. It's talking about not to mark your body.
It's in Leviticus.
And that's figuratively speaking. People will tell you in the church, you're not supposed to do that.
Hold on a second. It's in Leviticus 19 and 27, right? Now, here's the thing about sin, right? Jesus came to give you grace, right? So once you repent,
free will.
No, grace. So once you repent from a sin, you can't repeat it, right? So if someone is homosexual, right, and they repeat said act, you don't continue to get forgiveness for sin, right? Because if you ever had a grace period, you remember when we was broke, Kenny, and you needed to get 10 days to pay your phone bill? They call it a grace period, but you still got to pay the phone bill. Right? So that's kind of how it works. I just want you to be careful and kind of saying, like, for instance, you said interpretation. What if the Bible explicitly says you're not supposed to interpret it for your own private interpretation?
But pastors do it all the time. Not every
No. See,
but not every pastor preaches.
I'm not them. I'm not them.
I'm not
your pastor. I'm not your pastor. I'm not any of the guys you always be talking to. I'm saying that when the Bible says that, would you adhere to that?
Would I adhere to that? I would.
Okay, good.
But that's not for everybody.
No, I'm not asking about everybody. See, this is a silo.
Me. No, me. But we're talking about the question.
You started talking about the pastors and all. I'm just asking you because you said it. So what I'm saying is the Bible explicitly says you're not supposed to privately interpret it. So I just want you to make sure you understand that before you say that. That's all.
I have to believe what I'm reading in the Bible.
Ken, I'm just saying, like, in terms when you say it.
Parables. It's written in parables. It's written in things that you actually have to interpret, and that's why there's a lot of confusion amongst Christians.
You're breaking up a little
because there are scriptures, not necessarily. It's not necessarily the.
I want to get Alex. Now, Ken. So let me just break that down. You can look it up too, because I'll give you the actual verses. 2 Peter 1 and 22, it literally says no scriptures of any private interpretation. So there's no interpretation of that. It says that verbatim. All right. So I just wanted to
be having kids out of wedlock, and I know a lot of us do that too.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking
There's a lot of
strictly
things in the
about.
Bible that we all do.
But hold on. Kenny said you have to interpret. You do have to discern it. But I just told him that verse specifically says exactly what it says. That's all. But let me get
So
Alex.
literal
Ken,
and figurative. Interpretive. Like I said, some things are literally
No.
it's clear as day, and other things are
What I'm
interpreted.
saying is what he said doesn't pertain to that verse. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Alex, what was your question?
So, questioning a couple things. B, you said that there are some sins that are just absolutely unforgivable. Aside being homosexual, what are the other ones?
It was the scripture in Corinthians that have pulled up.
Okay. So I asked that because when Kenneth said what he said, and I completely agreed, in the Bible there are a slew of different sins, right? In my opinion, for me personally, I don't think that one sin is bigger than the other sin, right? And I think as a community, that is how we act, right? I think when it comes to the LGBTQI plus community, I feel like that is the one we choose to focus on, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of times in the Black community, we, as reiterating what Kenneth says, we have family members who are molesting children. It's just like, oh no, shush, shush. It's okay, but we're still going to go and support them. We don't want to tell. We have people who lie. We have people who cheat. We have people who commit adultery, right? But the one that we choose to focus on is someone laying down with someone of the same gender. That's the one that we choose to focus on. So what I'm trying to understand is what makes that one any different?
Because the Bible says it's an abomination.
So what are the other ones that are abominations? I'm asking you, because if you want to say something,
but the Bible doesn't say stealing is an abomination. The Bible doesn't say lying is an abomination. The Bible doesn't say
it's the book of the law.
Oh.
But B, I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm asking you to do is for those that are immediate abominations, what are they?
Yeah, I think
he doesn't know. He doesn't know. That's the point. He doesn't know.
Right, drunkards was one of them.
They don't focus
the Bible
on.
Says,
not an abomination.
He doesn't know.
Okay, hold on. The Bible says drunkards. All right.
It's not an abomination though to answer her question. So Al, let me ask you a question, right? Let's say you didn't know anything. You were dropped on this earth, right? And let's say people were put to death for stealing, right? And then they were locked up for 20 years for murder. You not having any context, which one would you say was worse?
Murder.
Listen to what I said. You just got dropped on this planet, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody gets killed, and that person who kills them does 20 years. The person who stole got put to death for stealing. So how would you measure which one's worse? Would the penalty matter? Do you see? I know it's hard for you to disconnect, but do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm asking you? Like if you were an alien, Shanae, I know you're not gonna get it, but so
don't try to come for me. I get it. I ain't stupid. So I ain't gonna get it. What?
So, but Alex, right? So if you were just dropped here, right, and this person got 20 years for murder, this person got put to death for stealing, what crime would you rather commit?
Murder, because I'm not going to die. Like, I'm going to sit in jail.
So which one would you deem that was worse?
I would deem, if I'm just dropped here on the earth, I would deem stealing.
So now
going to be killed.
Good. So now when you say all sin is sin, right? Would the penalty matter to see which one is like worse than others? So like when you steal, you have to give back twice what you stole. If you commit homosexual acts, the Bible said you get put to death. If you eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you get put to death. So per the Bible, sorry. So based on the penalties, some may be worse than others, right? You see, does that logic make sense?
Yeah, it does. So, which goes back to the point that I was saying earlier, I guess, and Shanae was saying, I guess a lot of us are going to be put to death or going to hell because I eat seafood. And I'm asking you, it's okay to say that you don't know, but I think it's interesting that when we go and we have these conversations about, oh, this is abomination, and you want to say, but other ones are too, then what are the other ones? Because if you don't know,
does that matter?
If you don't know them, don't just single out one. And that's the point that Kenneth was making. Don't just single out one. If you're going to talk about him, come with all of them. Come with everything. But don't just single out one. And that's the problem when we talk about the LGBTQI community, right? The problem when we go ahead and we speak about, my cousin did this and my cousin did that. He's a killer, whatever it is. But I'm over here worried about this person or who they choose to go home with and lay down. So if you're going to say them, please say them all. If not, don't say anything about it.
Yes, Alex, agreed.
So
I believe that it's because they don't focus on things that that are attached to themselves. Like, I'm from North Carolina, small town. These pastors be out here frolicking around the place, frolicking outside kids, like just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yet you can't talk bad about pastor though. Don't you say that about pastor? You know what I'm saying? You know, and how are these people going to fix their evil ways if you just focus on gay? You're not focusing on, like, you couldn't even recite any other things that were kind of bad, because that's what y'all focus on, is the gay, instead of like the people who ravage our community. In our communities are war zones. Literally, our communities are war zones. And we have so much energy for the gay folks. We kick them out of houses. We shun them. We don't hang around them. But our community is literally war zones. Yet we embrace the terrorists. The community terrorists are many of us Black men. We terrorize the community, and we go home to a woman, we fuck her. We go home to our mama, she hug us and cook for us. To our sisters, she hug us and cook for us and talk to us. And none of it gets fixed because, like, people can't even recite what are these other things that are abominations in our such and such. You got churches selling barbecue plates after service. The church selling barbecue plates. The pastors are the pastors beat, the churches beat, these people be 500-600 pounds. You look like you a hefty one, B. You look like you a hefty one. You like you a hefty one too, bro. Y'all some hefty motherfuckers. And I'm talking.
How we get into throwing shade?
I'm saying it because I'm saying, and I'm not saying it to throw shade, because I used to be 535 pounds.
Hey, you can't pounds.
But the thing is, no, I'm not, and I'm not trying to, brother. I'm not trying to. But my thing is that these pastors are selling barbecue plates after church, and the majority of the congregation are fat and out of shape, and our community either dying from age 0 to 43, you're dying from homicide. 0 to 43, I believe it's 0 to 46. You die as a Black man from boy to man, 46 homicide. After that is heart disease, because y'all niggas is fat.
Hey, listen,
Where
man.
is the focus? Why ain't we kicking the fat people out of the house in the family? Why ain't we kicking y'all fat asses out, huh? Tell me
why
that.
we not sitting the pastors down? The pastors be sitting there committing adultery and having a whole flock, and they worry about the LGBTQIA+. Right.
It's important. Hey, Bob, I want you to jump in. It's important that we just understand like a couple things. I don't know if people really know what adultery is per the Bible. I'll break that down one day, but it's not what you may think it is, you know. But I think that goes back to Kenny's point: is people don't know the Bible; they just yelling shit out, right?
Cheating, you're cheating, you're coveting thy neighbor's wife. So let's put it all in perspective.
Yeah, good job, Shanae. So
people do it though.
The key, what you said was thy neighbor's wife, right? So
coveting
adultery per the Bible.
They neighbor's good.
Listen close. Adultery per the Bible is sleeping with another man's wife. So that's why it's very specific when it says
yes, and pastors do it, and people
but not sleeping with a single woman. That's not adultery per the Bible. So it's just important that when you say these things, I just want to clarify, because you've been
I said coveting and I said adultery.
You've been spewing so much bullshit.
I gave you what it said as far as the commandment. So adultery and coveting thy neighbor's goods and thy neighbor's wife, that is still a sin. But nobody wants to talk about that. But they'll talk about the LGBTQIA+. And half the time they live in the fruits of the spirit, but the people that's Bible thumpers are not. That's
it's very important that you just understand like what these things are, because when you say them, people may think that you know what you're talking about.
And we're not going to try to play me like I don't know what I'm talking about, because I mentioned the fruits of the spirit, and I'm telling you, Bible thumpers don't even use the fruits of the spirit.
Where are the fruits of the spirit at?
Fruits of the spirit: love, meekness, kindness.
Where?
There are people that are in the Christianity, religion, and faith that don't even practice that. And that is what is in the LGBTQIA+. That's why they have a sense of pride, because they believe in all of that. Even talking about servitude, you're supposed to serve. And people that are not identifying with that don't even serve. But you have the LGBTQIA+ that serves.
So
like,
are you?
I'm
So
trying to
just so we
understand.
clear, you're saying that because other people are sinning, then LGBTQIA+ people can be God fearing because other people are sinning also.
I'm saying that we can't judge because we are all imperfect. So we're perfectly made in God's image. So he made all of us. He knew that we were all going to sin.
You just said we're imperfect, but we're perfectly made
We
in
are
God's
all
image.
imperfect. So nobody is perfect. So somebody who is a Bible thumper is not perfect. Somebody who's LGBTQIA+ is not perfect. We all have a form of sin. There's no sin greater. I don't believe there's any sin that's greater. That's just me. I don't believe there is.
Do you know that? So if the Bible says judge, would you concede that point?
You said the Bible says to judge?
Yeah, if it said that, would you concede your point you just made?
I don't believe it says to judge. I don't think we should be judged. I think we should be holding people accountable.
I don't care what you think.
Judging.
I'm asking you a question. If the Bible says don't judge, would you concede that point?
If the Bible says that?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe. It depends on what it is.
No, if the Bible says you should judge in a particular way, would you concede the point of not judging?
I would hold people accountable. But I don't like the term of judging.
What are you talking about? If the Bible says you can judge, would you concede the point when you just said the Bible says?
I would not judge people.
So,
I still stand on that.
I
don't want to judge anybody.
You said the Bible said don't judge.
I'm not going to judge people. For me,
no.
I don't want
you said the Bible said doesn't judge. So if I show you that the Bible says you can judge, will you concede your point?
Okay, then show me that. Thank you.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, fine. Then I will concede it. If you can break it down in context for me, then.
Yeah, it's just pretty plain.
Yeah, it says that you shall judge your neighbors. It's in Leviticus. Yeah, I mean,
stop judging by external standards. So interpret that then.
This right
here. It goes to interpretation.
Don't judge. It just says don't judge based on appearance. Judge righteously. Right. So if you see your neighbor doing something wrong, you judge them and hold them accountable. That's all. Right.
So if I see somebody that's not practicing the 10 Commandments and following the law, then I have the right to judge them then.
Yes. And so here's the other key, right? That I think Kenny made good points. You can't be a hypocrite, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm gay, I can't go at Kenny like, Kenny, you can't be gay when I'm gay. But if I'm not gay, I can hold my brother accountable and he can say, Hant, well, you need to stop eating pork. Because we're not doing the same things, right? But they both bad. They both sins. You see what I'm saying? But you can't be a hypocrite, right? That's the key. But we got to hold each other accountable. That's why you need people.
Yeah, I believe in holding people accountable, but I still don't think that any sin is greater.
That's why you judge them.
I don't think any sin is greater.
I look at the whole thing with sex. Mm-hmm. The whole thing with sex, like you're not supposed to have sex before you're married. You know, and I look at that as niggas is out here popping 4 and 5 and 6, and Nick Cannon got 84 kids, and y'all niggas is celebrating him with fatherless 84 fatherless homes, and niggas is celebrating Nick Cannon. My point is that I look at gay sex like straight sex. You're not supposed to be having it. You're not supposed to be having it either way. So if you're not having sex with a man,
if you're following that religious text,
but you were born are you sin?
You got to insert that in there, Kenneth. If you're following this religious text, this level of religious
that's the
thinking.
Key. Yeah.
Because what you're saying,
right,
according to the way in which you're framing it, is right according to your belief. Mm-hmm. You dig? I think what you're saying is right, but you got to give according to how I perceive my religious relationship with the God I serve. That makes more sense than you saying these niggas, them niggas over there, y'all niggas all over. Nah,
I say niggas a lot.
I know this. Where you from, bro? Where you from? You saying niggas so much. Where you from?
North Carolina.
Because look, if niggas is niggas, I call it how I see it. A lot of us is niggas. If I will call you my black brother, if that's the case, I will call you whatever. But a lot of us are niggas because we dwell at the bottom. That's niggerdom. Black, white, niggas could be Bengali niggas. I see a lot of niggas here in New York. That's not black.
Oh, you from New York? Say less. I put it together.
I'm from North Carolina, but I live in New York.
Yeah, gay niggas from New York off the chain. So you've been there long enough. I'm from the Bronx, though. I already know.
Yeah,
I live in the Bronx. What?
Yeah, fuck around. Gay niggas from the Bronx is the worst. I know.
I think it's interesting. So what's the consensus? Are we up in the air?
I personally don't give a shit, man. It's more so just like, bro, be a decent human being, bro. Like, who gives a fuck what you really believe in? I grew up Catholic, the worst of the worst. So, as far as religiosity and all of that, that shit is off the chain. So for me, if you're a decent human being, you treat people well, you're about the community, like, you know, you serve where you can, you good with me. As far as some of the other shit, I can't fuck with it. But for the most part, man, do your thing, because one thing religion has taught me is that, like Kenneth was saying, there's a lot of fuck niggas that hide in the church, in the mosque, and all of that. Like, just terrible, trash ass people. So it doesn't necessarily make you a better person.
Look at people like George, what is his name? Joel Osteen. His budget for year 2017, was it like, forgot how many
they found
million it was, 84 million?
That nigga wall.
It was like, but the budget was like $70-some million for
you
the
can't
year.
tell me he ain't pushing coke. That nigga pushing coke. They found $600,000
in the
wall, his office wall, son. That shit is, come on, he a drug dealer. Ugly motherfucker, he a drug dealer.
That ain't a drug dealer. That's religion being a hustle.
Religion is a hustle too. It's a drug. Niggas are addicted to that too. We ain't going there for this topic, but religion is a fucking drug too.
It's an organization. The same way y'all was walking in there knocking over tables and shit. Like, y'all out here selling shit in front of my house, knocking over tables. You know what I'm saying? It's the organization of it all that makes it what it is. It's not really the teachings and what you live by, and like what my brother, the food guy, how are you as a person? Do you serve? You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm very sarcastic. But like, it's the organization is what makes all of the confusion and what makes all of these one-sided ways of life. And if like you would just do what Get This Foodgasm said, be a good person. Serve your fellow people. I'm just saying, be a good person. And yes, you can, like Hamp said, hold your people accountable, right? And I'm gonna go with Hamp said. If he's not gay, he could hold the gay person accountable. Boom, I give you that. But I just want us as people, and this is the only way, well, one of the only ways that we're going to heal as a people and move and climb from the bottom in which that we are, is the same, with the same ferocity and the same energy that you hold people who look like me accountable. Hold your brother accountable he's a pillhead. He doesn't take care of his kids. Hold him accountable for that of which he is not doing right. Hold your mother hold her ass accountable for the fuck shit that she's done throughout life. And your father as well, if you know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we just do these things in the same way we excommunicate gay people, we excommunicate a lot of gay people from households. The kids come out at 15 gay and they're getting kicked out here. They live in shelters. I used to volunteer at a shelter up here. And it's a lot of these kids are kicked out of their homes because they told their parents that they were gay. But meanwhile, the guy who molests kids,
talk about it,
is still welcomed. They are still welcomed. And I'm speaking from experience. I was molested growing up by an older cousin.
Question. Well, Ken, I just got a question because it just popped in my head from something you said. So it's cool then if we tell gay people they can't be gay, or the community, as long as we are holding everybody accountable for all the sins, right? So that's straight. I mean, that we can do that then, as long as we checking everybody.
Do what you do, but when you do check, it's like when y'all check the gay people, you have so much anger, so much. Y'all some faggots, y'all some puss ass faggots. That's what y'all are. Carry that faggot shit away from me before I fuck you up. We went to college together. We went to college together. In my first 2 years of college, I got bullied by niggas. I couldn't even walk past certain dorms without getting bullied until I started fighting. It wasn't until, because that's what niggas accept. It wasn't until I started fighting and whooping niggas' asses, that was when it all stopped. But they did not do that to all the other people. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because that was back in what, 06, right? 07?
Yeah,
06,
05,
07, right?
06. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time I'm coming from football. I'm coming from football practice, and I'm talking to Kenny about something. We just talking whatever, right? And then niggas don't really bother me, right? But then I get the cat. They're like, "Yo, why you talking to son?" Like, I'm like, "Cause you cool." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just right. But because it was me, I ain't really catch no flack from it. You know what I'm saying? And back then, niggas used to give gay niggas a lot of smoke. 06, 07. You know what I'm saying? So,
niggas was throwing apple cores. You know when you eat an apple and the core, niggas was throwing apple cores at the gay dudes. Apple cores at these niggas' heads. Now they weren't fighting back, but I got tired of shit. I said, nah, see, I've been bullied from elementary school, middle school, high school, and I got in college. I said, I'm not doing that shit another 4 years. I'm starting to fight. I gotta fight. And I had to fight. And it wasn't until I started fighting and whooping niggas' ass. I was whooping niggas' asses. You hear me? And I ain't never fought a day in my life until I got to college.
But you was a big nigga back then, though.
You know, I was big. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Sharon. He was the first ass whooping you gave out on campus.
And this nigga sold drugs. On campus.
The nigga,
and got
hey,
his ass
Bub, the nigga came, right? I'm walking. He would come back to the dorm. He fucked up, right? Yo, man, I'm about to shoot this nigga. I said, what happened? You want me to go with you? What happened? He said, I was like, who you fighting? Man. He talked fast. Man, this nigga Kenny. I said, Kenny who? You know the model nigga. I said, you gonna shoot Kenny, nigga? I said, you don't sit your soft ass down. I'll never forget that shit. That nigga came bruised up to the dorm, nigga. I said, that's what you get, nigga, for bothering that nigga.
Yo,
that's what you get.
Yo, shout out to Kitty. Shout out to
my
you,
business.
Shout out to you, man. Hey,
Word,
Kitty,
man.
I'm a firm believer in the eye for an eye. All right, he fucked with you, you whoop his ass. Shout out to you. All right,
word up, man. Word.
I just wanted to say to Kenny's point.
Hold on, Kenny. Kenny, be quiet for a second. God damn. Go ahead, Alex.
I just wanted to say, no matter what it is that y'all believe in, understand that a lot of these teenagers, these young kids, I've seen it myself. They are being kicked out. They are being ostracized. They are being murdered at higher rates than some other populations. And I don't care what you believe in or not, but extend grace. A lot of times the suicide rates are going up because some people are just afraid to come out and say, because I feel like, what, the church is going to kick me out, or my family is going to disown me. There's a lot of, with the homeless teen population, a good portion of those kids are of the LGBTQIA community. So I feel like if you are Christian or whatever it is that you choose to believe in, I feel like across all religions and spirituality and things like that, be kind to one another, show grace, and just be mindful of what you say. And I feel like as a whole, me personally, maybe some of y'all hold the power. I don't know. I don't have a heaven or hell to put somebody in. So what people choose to do is their business. But I just encourage y'all to just keep that in mind when we're going through this month, or just when you come across certain individuals.
Hold on, did you say be careful with what we say or be mindful of what we say? They don't be mindful of what the fuck they say to us. Why we gotta be mindful of what we say to them?
But it is though, because the suicide rate is high, B, and literally it could be the last thing that you said that triggered somebody. Now I don't know if you've ever lost anyone taking their life because of things, but I'm telling you what the reality is. There's a huge homeless population of teens in the DC area. And many of them are doing so. They ran away because home wasn't safe because of their sexuality. So yes, what you say and how you say things does matter. And if you don't have anything appropriate to say, don't say it at all.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't practice that.
Hey, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You saying that because you addressing everybody that's on this panel, correct?
I'm just saying in general.
Okay. But in the same token, like, I'm sure many of us have individuals in our families that are a part of the alphabet gang. You know what I'm saying? We just didn't put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And let's not get away from the topic. This wasn't a topic to go out there and start bashing, others. The question was brought up and we addressed it to the best of our abilities. You know what I'm saying? And we all grown adults, so we're gonna handle ourselves accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I would think and hope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, when Ham puts together these panels, he is very diverse. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody left out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get to say their piece and so on and so forth. So I feel like we know how to handle ourselves accordingly.
Yeah, it's not specific, but I brought that point up to speak to what Kenneth was saying when he was saying about being a teenager and being kicked out or having issues with his family and volunteering with them. That was the point I was speaking to. If anyone takes offense to it, whether here on this space in general, I'm just saying in general.
That's gonna go on to the end of time, though. I'm sorry to say this, but that ain't never gonna change. Humans going human. You know what I'm saying? That ain't never gonna change. But like I said, like right now, Kenny on his platform, he said his piece. He had a lot of good, valid points. I commend him for standing up for himself. Like I said earlier, I believe in the eye for an eye. Motherfuckers kept fucking with Kenny. He whooped some ass. That's what you got to do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If you want people to take you serious and not fuck with you, you got to whoop some ass sometime.
But it's with us. It ain't just people.
It's people.
We violence to us is like Ham and G's. We just
go together.
They go together. Yeah. Niggas and violence, it goes together.
You know what? I think people do pick and choose.
From trauma.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think people pick and choose. But Alex, I don't know if I can agree with you. I think men gotta be men still. I think we've been filtered and everybody's been muted for so long. I think you can say things in a direct way, and people want to take anything, any type of way they can. So at what point can you live and breathe and exercise your First Amendment? You know what I mean? Now I think you do want to be constructive in some way, but sometimes smoke is smoke. And as long as you can defend what you're saying, I think you should be able to say it.
I agree.
I think you guys are taking what Alex is trying to say out of context, though.
Right.
Like it's like she's saying, don't say shit like "fuck you, you faggot nigga" to somebody who's just walking by and not bothering you.
Right.
So we're gonna act like that's appropriate because you should be able to say that to correct somebody.
She said more than that.
Taking what she's saying out of context.
She said more than that, and the reason why I know she said more than that is because she was talking about specific situations where children were being talked to in homes in which they lived, right? And people been traumatized, and you know what the last thing they heard, right? So delivery of said information can make a difference. That's what Alex said. And I'm just saying, men specifically, I think we got to start speaking up more and being more real and raw and not be so muted by what we're afraid of. So I heard what she said.
Okay, but you're countering and disagreeing with what she's saying.
I do disagree.
How?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I do. Because I think when people hear that, we just don't say anything. We just shut the fuck up, right? We let everything just happen around us, happen to us, right? Things that are being pushed on our community, and our community just takes everything. Right. I don't know if you noticed it. We take on the flavor of anything, right? And all they do is steal from our community and take what they want to take, and then they still cast us to the bottom.
So who is
ain't nobody saying shit and we just going with the flow.
Q is what he talking about. Stop playing.
So
again,
even when you say him like having to be
I didn't hear what she said.
or
Sorry,
whatever.
Alex. I didn't hear what she said.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying
Okay.
who is they, and Bub got offended, but it's the same thing I'm saying with Alex. If you understood what the fuck she just put down, why are we saying don't do that?
Oh, I disagree. That's why.
Yeah, but how?
I told you.
You understand what she's saying?
I know. I don't
And
agree.
It sounds to me like
she's
Alex is
not
trying to
saying
say,
not to speak at all.
like you're verbally abusing.
She's saying being
people
careful
in that community.
She's saying be careful
Right,
how
but
you
she's
say
saying being
things.
careful to a
She
certain.
said be careful how you say things. She said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say something at all. I don't
Right.
agree with that.
But you know what the fuck she mean, to Bub's point to
I
me.
don't know.
You know
I
what she
don't
mean
know.
when she say
Because
that.
if people take what I say as offense, then technically what I said wasn't nice. But I didn't mean it to be offensive. It was just authentic. And people can take things a certain way. Don't mean I shouldn't say them.
But in
Right,
today's
but that has
time,
nothing to do with
everything
what
is
she's saying.
offensive.
That's just somebody taking what you said any kind of way.
If you
And
don't
those
have
people you can't control.
So Kenny,
she's not
that's
speaking about that.
So look at this. I say, Kenny, that's my man, right? We used to talk in school, whatever. I DJ all types of shit. I never was that type of nigga, like to be treating motherfuckers some type of way, right? Because I used to really. So anyway, if I say, yo, bro, you should not be gay. You can't do that. That shit is wrong. That shit is foul. He take that some type of way. Am I wrong for saying that?
Yeah, but that's an
Alex is
extreme
saying,
situation. That's what I'm saying.
Not
We know
extreme.
she wasn't saying that.
But that's what
He
we
wasn't
saying
it
though.
like that.
Yeah.
That's what we saying though. So is that wrong? If he feels some type of way, is that wrong?
No, I think what it is, I think you're used to
person
dealing with
accountable,
people
but
who
that's not
are
how Alex
sensitive,
said
who
it.
do take what you have to say out of context. But that's not what
I
she was
agree.
talking about. And I think everybody grown who understood what she was saying understand that's not what she was saying.
Grown? What are you
Just because
talking
you
about?
think
Grown?
something and feel something don't mean you gotta say it. Going to your point here, that don't mean you gotta say it. You can think and feel how you want.
Yo. So hold on, Alex. Somebody watching it or something. You can't watch it at the same time you want. Go ahead, Alex. My bad. You muted.
I think that was me, my fault. But I was saying was that even with that point, there's a time and place to say things, and just because you think and you feel something doesn't necessarily mean you need to say it. Your opinion could just be yours, and you just keep to yourself.
No, I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I disagree. That's what I'm saying. I disagree. If I feel the need to say something, I'm gonna say it.
So you have no discretion, is what you're saying then, because there's certain times when you say things and it can be offensive though.
Is discretion subjective or objective? So discretion.
I guess I'm looking at it from the way Alice is saying it. There's a way you can say things to hold somebody accountable without being like almost like derogatory.
That's not the same thing. We already addressed that. But is discretion subjective or objective?
I guess it would be subjective. I mean,
okay.
It depends on how Alice is looking at it, but I know what I'm taking from what Alice is saying.
Yeah, I understand her. I disagree. What I'm saying is I'm ready to defend whatever I say in whatever way I need to defend it. So my discretion is going to be different than yours, right? That's all. If I see something crazy going on, I'm going to say something. This white dude tried to kick us off the soccer field. He did like this. Y'all get off the field. Who the fuck you talking to? All the other niggas. Hey, don't worry about it. No, come here. Come here, white boy. Say sorry. Oh, I apologize. I ain't mean it. Like, shut the fuck up. And then I packed my shit and went home. I knew we couldn't be on the field, but I'm gonna say something, right? I mean,
but
that's
I respect that, him. I respect that, and I don't know your life.
Yeah.
In life, so I can't really dive into your life.
Yeah.
But I do know that if you use that same energy that you gave to the white dude, to the countless of other niggas in your community, wherever you live at, or wherever you're from, or whatever the case may be, we would not be having this conversation right now. Why? Because you'll be 6 feet under. You'll be 6 feet under.
You're right. You don't know.
Use that same. I don't know. But
no, you're right. So you don't know, right? So that's probably it then, right? Because you don't know.
No. I'm just saying hypothetically, based on the statistics, like I said, 0 from 46 died because of homicide. So we do know that us men a lot of us are very fragile, especially nowadays are very fragile. So if you come up to a guy who is destroying his community and checking him because you feel like you think that's wrong, I don't think you would be here, bro. I think you would be dead. But like I said,
no, like you said, you don't know. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Y'all don't like you saying the N-word.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't say the N-word. Y'all never heard me say the N-word, right? Every panel we've been on, y'all never heard me say it, right?
No.
I don't say it. Kenny, I don't like you saying the N-word.
I could respect your opinion of not liking me saying the N-word. But I'm still gonna say it. Because I know the way in which that I'm referring to when as I stated earlier, I say nigga is a mindset, it is very dwelling at the very bottoms of the bottom. So I'm not referring to you as a nigga. If I say y'all niggas, I'm talking about specifically sometimes men,
Oh yeah.
niggas, and sometimes I'm talking about the mindset of the collective. But I say it in different ways. But if you feel bothered by it, I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm not gonna like stop saying it. But thank you for telling me.
You just not gonna respect my concerns or how I feel about you saying the word.
I mean, I could, I could be like, you know what? Because Bub said he doesn't like the word. He doesn't like it when I say it. And I could be like, you know what? For Bub, I'm gonna stop saying the N-word. I could. I really could. But I'm not.
But see, now this is what they're talking about now, though. See what I'm saying? This is what.
But it was a respectful way. You said what you didn't like. I respectfully said, I disagree, and I hear your point, but I'm still gonna say it. And if Hemp said that he telling someone what he doesn't like, it could be a respectful disagreement. It doesn't have to be.
Hemp said he gonna say what the fuck he want to say when he want to say it because of situations like this. It's a perfect example. I don't say the N-word. I don't at all. I just asked him. I said, Kenny, I don't like you saying the N-word. And you see what his response was, right?
Respectfully, I understand your point. I understand your feelings. But sometimes we just don't get everything we want.
Yo,
and we just don't get everything we want.
Just prove that man right like a motherfucker.
No. I know what he's doing. And I'm falling into it because I know what you're doing. My point is that yeah, I know that you can say things. Her point is you can say things to people. Be mindful of how you say it. People are on their last day. Be mindful. She's not saying don't say anything. She's not saying that. She's saying be mindful. And Hamp is saying he's gonna, if he sees something wrong, he's gonna check it. He's gonna check the person on it. You have the right to do that. But the person on the receiving end also has the right to respectfully decline. What's the point?
Okay. Just know.
Noted.
Just know. You said it.
Interesting. I like it, man. I like it a lot, man.
Can I say this, Ham?
Oh my
I'm sorry. Ham, look.
Go ahead, baby boy.
We was talking about the whole Catholic people, and I thought about this Orthodox Jew that I met when I first moved here. He was 59 years old. He had the little squigglies, the hat, the black suit, the white thing with the cords and shit.
Orthodox Jew.
Orthodox Jew. Yeah. I met him at a bus stop. He stopped me. He admired my beauty, and he wanted to take me to where I was going on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right. In the next day, yes, I was real fast back then. The next day, he came to my apartment.
Last week.
And shut up. He came to my apartment and we were talking, and he said that he was 59 years old and he has been battling having these feelings for men since he came out the puss. He's had these feelings. He's been battling it for his entire 59 years of living, but he's married and he has 4 children with this woman. He has a business with her and the whole 9.
Yeah.
What is this guy supposed to do? Now, we did not do anything. Why? Because he busted out crying when we started kissing. And he said he couldn't do it. He said I couldn't do it. He was crying on my shoulder and stuff. And I was like, okay, you crying, but get your ass up. Like, I don't, whatever. But look, the point
that
is
nigga
that
Mazel Tov. That's crazy.
yeah, because what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I had plans. Like, I had plans, you know what I'm saying? You crying and stuff, I won't prepare for that. So my thing is, he left. I never saw him again, but he went back to his life with his wife and his 4 kids and his company, still living. If we're saying that we choose this guy did not choose to have these feelings for 59 years and battling with himself. And he's going to die this way. He's going to die that way. What is he supposed to do?
So he's supposed to do exactly what he's doing, continue to fight it and not indulge in that sin. And then this is not my belief, but just for Christianity's sake, he'll get the kingdom of heaven. If I was just answering the question. So he has to battle it. We all have vices, right, Ken? So some vices are heavier than others, right? So that would be one of them, and he would have to fight it till the day he dies, basically. That's all. Listen, man. Interesting, man. Y'all are fucking awesome, man. For sure, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. So, Eddie, final thought.
Yeah, stay away from Lori Harvey, hoe ass.
B.
Contrary to the women on this podcast, body count does matter, and men take that into consideration.
Q.
I just want to say to Lori Harvey, if these niggas ain't working out, but aside from all that with the LGBTQIA plus community, you can't get caught up in religion and what other people have to say about whether or not you can be God-fearing. You know what you believe, you know what you stand on, and even if that includes Christianity or any other religion, stand on it and live your motherfucking truth.
I know that's real.
Shanae?
No sin is greater. You can love the Lord, and the Lord still loves you despite what you choose, whoever you choose to love.
Kenny?
It has nothing to do with the topic. I just want everyone to embark on a journey and find out who you are and your powers and your gifts. And yeah, that's all.
Okay. Bob?
Fuck Lori Harvey. Michael B. Jordan used a sucker. Alphabet gang, yo, we don't have no problem with y'all. Go live your life. Do what y'all want to do. I'm famous. Let's get it.
Indeed.
Nigga stole the alphabet, B. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think it's dangerous how we living, honestly. It's a little bit unnerving, especially with children, because the church will say things like what it said, and then there's no scripture to back it up. And that just concerns me because I'm just wondering where we getting this shit from, So I don't know. I just hope people, if you are Christian, religious, read the book you believe in and read it and then ask the pastor if he's read it and then test them on it. Because they say a lot of this shit and it's not true and it's not in there.
Nope.
Lori Harvey, you're 25, sis, right? You hit geriatric pregnancy at 35. Women be living their 20s like this all fun and games, but before you know, you look back and now you don't pass your prime. I would just encourage you to look at something different, right? I know you're trying to be a model and all that, but I don't know. Maybe start investing in other things, right? Because I think Michael B. Jordan might have been a catch. But women living like that, and then they hit 31, 32, and they looking around, and the titties is falling, the ass flabby now, right? It's harder for them to have children, and then they hit 40 and they waking up by themselves, and then they buy a dog. So I don't know. Maybe we need to rethink that whole living up my 20s shit because it ain't really helping us. What the fuck do I know, right? Like, share.
Samuels.
Yeah, hey, you gotta let me finish. I was on a roll, bro. You gotta let me finish it. Hit it with the like,
You
share,
said Kevin
subscribe.
Samuels?
See.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? What's
like,
wrong with
share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out. Everybody wave.